Hey everyone, my name is Devin. I go by Devin Does Tech on YouTube, and some of you might know me as Mediumits in the gaming community. If you haven't figured it out by now by me wearing all of these KC Game On shirts and hoodies all the time, I am a part of KC Game On, a Kansas City-based LAN Party organization, and we just announced our latest LAN party, KC Game On number 93. If you take a look, I've linked it down in the description. It's going to be a good time. LAN parties are the epitome of the gaming experience. They are so much fun, and you will never find a better time. Why would you want to sit in your basement gaming by yourself when you can go and hang out with hundreds of local gamers? There's always somebody playing the game that you want to play. It's always a blast. But I know that this is going to be the first LAN party for a lot of people, so I wanted to give you a quick look at what I bring to my LAN parties, what you need to bring to a KC Game On LAN party, or just any other LAN party in general. I'll let you know what the essentials are, what my favorite gear is, and what you need to know to get ready. So first, and obviously most important, is your PC or your console, your setup, what you are going to game on. Make sure if you're bringing a computer, your PC, a laptop, or even a console that it's up to date. Run those Windows updates, open your game launchers, things like Steam and the Epic Games launcher. Make sure all of your games are up to date. And if you're coming to the KC Game On LAN party, make sure you check out our Discord and the events page. Find out what games we're running tournaments for. Check out the LFG channel and see what everybody else might be playing. Make sure you have those games installed or up to date as well. Just makes the whole process easier once you get there. Another thing to keep in mind when you're thinking about your computer, your monitor, your keyboard and mouse is ways to keep them safe. Now, a full PC tower is kind of hard to keep safe, but you do your best. If you have the original box that the case came in, something like that could be extra helpful. Otherwise, if you have a really heavy graphics card, make sure you put something either inside the case or take the graphics card out, or make sure you have one of the graphics card legs or holders to kind of keep it in place. I know those are getting really heavy these days, so anything you can do to keep that from bending or breaking is helpful. One thing that I do, this is a dad hack for the monitor. I found that a changing table cover, this is a cover that goes over the little pad on a changing table for a baby, is kind of like a fitted sheet for your bed, but it is the perfect size for one of these monitors. So this goes right over. I've been using this for years now. It's a super cheap, $10 little cover. Cover your monitor up, help it from getting scratched. Anything like that just helps protect that. I love this thing. One of those hacks that I learned about and will never go back. Another thing to help keep these safe, if you're bringing a controller or a mouse that has a removable cable, remove it before you throw it in your bag. These things can easily bend and break off or just get damaged when you're transporting them after you've thrown them in your bag. So I definitely recommend if they have a removable cable, you take it out and you transport them separately. All right, now let's talk about the bag. So I usually have a backpack that I put my keyboard and mouse into and some other essentials that I want to be able to keep with me and make sure they're extra safe. This is the bag that I usually bring along with me for all of the extras. Now, you might not need this big of a bag. Me helping run the event, I usually have a massive bag. Honestly, sometimes I bring two of these, depending on how many cameras and tripods and extra computers and different things I'm bringing to whatever event. But this is my go-to bag. It's a super sturdy IKEA bag, was super cheap, is really easy to load stuff in and out of very quickly. I love this bag, but this is some of the stuff that I carry along with me. All right, so first thing I've got in here is a mouse pad. One of those things that I think is overlooked. I find way too many people asking if I've got an extra mouse pad. I know that mouse pads are not necessary to run your mouse, but for the most part, it's a much better experience. And especially if you want to be competitive in some of the tournaments that we're playing, or honestly, just after hours and hours of playing, you're going to wish that you had your mouse pad. All right, some other things, other essentials that I bring. It's kind of just in case. I've got this massive bottle of hand sanitizer. You don't need to bring this big of a hand sanitizer bottle. Get something for yourself, just a personal size. There's a lot of people at these LAN parties. Germs kind of get everywhere. It's going to happen. But the more that we do this, the better everyone is going to be. And then I always bring a couple of extra bags, grocery bags, garbage bags. You never know what you might use them for. There's something that, you can pack super small, have a couple of extra with you. You never know when you're going to want to just throw a couple of garbage things in there instead of getting up and running to the garbage can. You never know when it's going to start raining outside and you need to cover things up. It's just good to have a couple of extra baggies. I always carry some with me. And then probably most important is your cables. I always bring lots and lots of extra cables. So first thing, I always bring at least one extra PC power and HDMI or DisplayPort cables. You never know when one's not going to work right. You never know when you're going to forget one, lose one, misplace one. You know you're going to need them, so it's better instead of having to run to the store or run back home. Who knows how far away that's going to be. I always bring extras. Network cable is one of those things that you're going to have to check with the venue. If you're attending a KC Game On LAN party, we always provide network as well as power strips. So you don't have to worry about bringing those, but if you're heading to any other LAN party, check with them. Always having an extra Ethernet or a power strip is usually never a bad thing. But again, with KC Game On, we've got you covered. And then charging cables, USB cables. KC Game On, we're hosting a 30-hour LAN party. You don't know how long your phone's going to last, your camera, your controller, whatever you need to charge. If you're going to bring your Switch, I know that we're going to be doing some mobile gaming stuff. So whether it's Pokemon Go tournaments, whether it's Apex Legends Mobile, I don't know what we're going to be running yet. You never know when you're going to need an extra charging cable. I always bring a few of these. They always come in handy. Kind of along with that, I usually bring an extra power brick just in case you don't have the charging brick that plugs into a regular outlet. These are the kind of things that I bring along, honestly, on almost any trip that I go on. Doesn't even have to be a LAN party trip. Never a bad idea. And to go along with those cables, something I obviously need to do is I have some cable ties. Never a bad idea to have a few of these around. Just makes things nicer. Whether you're at home, whether you're at the LAN party, or whether you just get a couple of these cables that are extra and they're always going to be in your LAN bag. Just tying them up makes it a little bit cleaner. Another thing that I still need to do to get ready for this LAN party is print some more stickers. Or whether or not they're stickers, you could just print off or even write on a piece of paper and just tape to your equipment. One of those other LAN party tips is having some labels printed off with your name or your gamer tag or your Discord username labeled on them so that it gets a little bit harder for stuff to get lost or stolen. We are at the next KC Game On LAN party going to be implementing our own sticker and barcode system. So we will be providing you with stickers to put on your case and your monitor. But again, if you want any extras outside of that, you can definitely bring those along. And of course, if you are a content creator, make sure you've got all of your equipment. Most of this stuff goes along whether you're a creator or not, but make sure you've got your tripods, your cameras, your extra SD cards, and the SD cards that you were planning on using in the first place. Make sure those are all ready to go. Batteries are charged before you get there. Make sure you've got all of that stuff. There's going to be tons of photo opportunities, tons of stuff going on the stage. At least at the next Casey game on LAN Party. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to create some content. Lots of fellow content creators there, so make sure you contact them, collaborate, and make some great content. And last but not least, I always recommend bringing some snacks along. And make sure you bring plenty of water or have access to plenty of water. None of which you have an issue at the Casey Game On LAN parties. We always provide snacks, drinks, as well as dinner. This one is going to be on Saturday night for anybody buying a GA Plus or BYOC or VIP ticket. You'll get dinner included as well as all those snacks and drinks. But again, if you have any preferences on different kinds of snacks, different things, you're more than welcome to bring those along with you as well. Outside of that, you might want to bring a little bit of cash. A lot of people like to DoorDash things, maybe make a quick stop to grab some food and that kind of thing. Being a 30-hour LAN party, we are only providing one meal, so you will have to provide the rest yourself. But food and proper hydration and water is just as important as the caffeine and the extra sugar you're getting from snacks, so make sure you stay up on those. If you're interested, I will be listing all of my favorite gear and essentials for going to a LAN or other gaming event down in the description. Let me know, did I miss anything? What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you at the LAN party.